Hey y'all, Coach Simmons here. Do me a favor, give me a like, share, and subscribe on this one. We gotta get this out to the masses. I don't want to have just nobody understand what's going on. Um, this article I'm going to read to you was sent by USA Today. Well, no, it was by Athletic. I'm sorry. Man, long day, right? As you can see by the title here and by the thumbnail, ASUN and WAC have been denied. Well, the NCAA denies the United Athletic Conference waiver request to be a single sport conference. This came out April 27th. The link will be in the description below. Goes as follows. Basically, the newly announced United Athletic Conference waiver request to recognize as a single sport FCS football conference was denied this week. People briefed on the matter told the Athletic, here's what you got to know. All right? These are the bullet points right here. The UAC is made up of 9, soon to be 10 football programs from the WAC and the ASUN, which joined together for football scheduling and a single automatic FCS playoff spot for the last 2 years. The NCAA put a hold on single sport conferences since early 2020. The hold was set to expire on June 1st, unless the board of directors votes to continue it. The UAC, United Athletic Conference, plans to continue moving forward with the conference name and vision, even though it's not an official conference. So what does that mean? Okay. The UAC's 9 members include FCS schools Abilene Christian, Austin Peay, Central Arkansas, East Kentucky, North Alabama, Southern Utah, Stephen F. Austin, Tarleton State, and Utah Tech. Texas Rio Grande Valley will also begin football in 2025. So the UAC is mostly just a formal rebranding of the WAC-ASUN football partnership. Been in place since 2021 due to lack of enough members in 2 leagues. The 2 conferences got a waiver every year since then to continue the partnership for a single playoff spot. The UAC rebrand will provide more infrastructure and league-specific rules and budgets for football. Part of the group's argument, for the conference waiver was the fact that very little would change. The FCS already has a football-only conference, like Missouri Valley Conference and the Pioneer Football League. But the denial was not unexpected. See, the thing is, the group planned to continue to move forward with its UAC name and branding, along with conference awards and the schedule upcoming season. Like there will be 6 conference games this year and 8 games next year. So people want to know, well, why did they deny this waiver, right? As with the James Madison waiver denial, which we'll get into that later, over the shorter FBS transition, there's always concern about precedent. In this case, allowing a waiver during a NCAA moratorium that's set to expire June 1st, unless the board of directors votes to extend it, it will put in place due to a concern of the rise of single sport conferences in Division I, meant to provide more time to study the issue. It's possible the board of directors denied the UAC waiver simply because such a move will be allowed to again in a few months if it was extended. UAC expects to continue to get its annual playoff waiver as part of the WAC-ASUN partnership. Also, UAC leadership has expressed a desire to move up to FBS conference at some point. Now, we're going to get back to that James Madison thing very shortly. But just to be blunt and honest about this situation, they didn't want to set precedent. Once precedent is set, other conferences can do that. I believe this may have been a shot at the NCAA to stop a super conference in the FBS. We all know what the SEC is doing and what the Big Ten is doing, gobbling up teams, well, mostly the SEC. But the thing is, if they had a football-only conference, there'll be nothing stopping Michigan, Ohio State from leaving the Big 12, or Big 10, join the SEC with Notre Dame and football only. This is not anything about the UAC or the ASUN or the WAC. This is more about stopping big conferences from shutting them out of their money. Now, the thing I was talking about James Madison. James Madison had requests to shorten the FBS transition denied. What does that mean? The denial means JMU football will not be directly eligible for a bowl game in 2023, and likely not a Sun Belt championship due to NCAA subdivision transition rules. However, NCAA bylaws state that if there are not enough bowl eligible teams, an otherwise eligible team in the second year of an FBS transition can be selected over 5 and 17. The Dukes were 8-3 last year. Y'all remember that, right? They came in there guns blazing. But once again, it's all about precedent. Precedent being set is this, and this goes to my North Dakota State people. This is the precedent. We know, or we think, the Pac-10, Pac-12, Pac-5, wherever it is, they're on their last leg. You're going to start gobbling up a bunch of teams from the Mountain West. Your San Diego States, maybe your Fresno's, probably Boise or something like that. Start gobbling up these teams just to survive. Which means the Mountain West are going to have holes. If the Mountain West does lose a hold in California, they got to still want to survive, right? They're going to want to bring teams in. That means your North Dakotas, North Dakota State, South Dakotas, Montana, Montana States, those kind of schools. Montana, who used to be, in the Pac-10 back in the day. But the thing is, the success those schools have had on the FCS level. I mean, people in Jackson had fun poking the bear, North Dakota State last year. I get that. But the thing is, it's undeniable the success in the playoff bunch North Dakota State had. It's undeniable the fact that they are probably, in modern history, the only FCS or Division I AA, what you want to call it, school to have 2 quarterbacks drafted in the top 5. Now, about how good they were in the NFL, that's up to debate, but they were drafted. But there was nothing that's going to bring North Dakota State out of the small pond, being that big fish, if they can't get to a bowl game immediately. They can't win the Mountain West or even the MAC or something like that and get to a bowl game to get that big payout. I'm not talking about the BCS Bowl. I mean, the Idaho Potato Bowl or something, or Liberty Bowl or something like that. So with James Madison being a shock at 8-3 last year, trying to come up, and they see the moves going around with the Mountain West and the Pac-12, this is a shot ahead of time at North Dakota State from making that jump. You have all the interviews you want to. The bottom line is this. North Dakota State is not making a jump up from being a big fish in a small pond if they can't take the money from winning their conference in year 1 or 2. That's what the James Madison decision was about. All right, y'all. It's Coach Simmons. A little something out of the weird for the day. Like I said, give me a like, share, and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. I'm out. Holla.